Mid-range control, an archetype that we haven't seen very much of here in Marvel Snap. It recently got revitalized with the advent of a MODOK as the Season Pass card, but today we are looking at a completely free-to-play accessible version of the list, meaning that we aren't using any cards higher than Series 3. This list is coming to us courtesy of Freddybabes, a Gwent content creator that I used to love following way back in the day, so when I saw that he had a spicy list for Snap, I knew that I wanted to showcase it and test it out for myself. This list is very fun to be able to pilot. It's using a number of different modules that are very energy efficient in and of themselves, pairing them up with a little bit of control to be able to give you what you need to be able to climb in almost any matchup. The first module is Colleen Wing plus Swarm. When you're able to get the Colleen Wing to cut the Swarm, it is so energy efficient, and Colleen Wing is just efficient on her own if you play her towards the end of the game where you don't care what she is going to end up discarding because she is targeted to the lowest cost card. She negates a lot of the randomness that the other discard pieces have, so you can play her a lot more comfortably in the mid to the late game, but you really want to hold out to be able to get her to trigger on the Swarm. The other package that we are looking at is movement. So we have Iron Fist plus Vulture. The Iron Fist is just flexible to be able to move whatever card to a locked off location, but you're especially holding it to be able to combo alongside the Vulture, able to gain that +5 power when he moves. Then to get a little bit more consistency on moving cards about the board, we have the Polaris and the Arrow. These ones leveraging control against the opponent, but all of these together are able to very reliably trigger Miles Morales down to his 1/5 stat line, which is absolutely brilliant. Stacking alongside these, we have the Stat Kings in Lizard and Maximus, able to come out just providing more stats than what you normally get when you pay their energy cost. And Max is also beginning to take us into our control pieces. Max, on reveal, your opponent gains 2 cards. This is a nifty pseudo, it's a soft counter to Dracula that is absolutely everywhere. Also, it can be a soft counter to Mr. Negative if you give them the draw early and then they don't have as much hand space to be able to draw into their inverted cards. That's a very niche application, though I have had it happen to me in some of my testing games here. The rest of our control pieces, we're looking at the Cosmo and the Killmonger, Shang-Chi, and then of course the Arrow and the Polaris are also control elements as well. Cosmo being able to lock down those on-reveal abilities can be so pivotal. He is just an incredible card here, and the Killmonger is doing great work up against Thanos that is popping up all over on the meta, being able to cull the stones or pick off a particularly powerful Sunspot, which Shuri is also sometimes building, and Shuri is also liking the Shuri Zero, able to put a lot of power under their 1 costs. With both Ebony Maw and Zero, Killmonger can do a lot of heavy lifting for us, and then Shang-Chi can really go over the top, knocking over the Shuri lists if they don't have protection established. This is pick your flavor. You could run the Shang-Chi, you could run the Enchantress, you could run the Shadow King if you're one of the 0.02% of players who have that Series 5 card. Anything can slide in here depending on what your meta read is. Let's dive in here for our showcase Swarm, Lizard, Shang-Chi. So we have the list up above. Be curious what you guys might tinker around. You can always, of course, lean more into movement. You can lean more into discard. But this is a fairly refined list at giving you a number of different options, and its flexibility around being able to play with different locations is really excellent. We're going to play Lizard here, and obviously try and take advantage of mid with the movement, but also be careful so that our Arrow or our Polaris is not going to inadvertently super stack one of the opposing cards. Vormir. Okay. Ooh. What do we like? What do we like? Whatever gets played to follow up here will die. I want to find Killmonger to be able to knock off their Sunspot. We have the answers in the deck, but we do not have them in hand. This could be a great chance to play Colleen Wing. It could also be more energy efficient just to establish Cosmo, but I'm not sure exactly where I'd want to place him yet. We'll go Colleen Wing here. Cut Swarm, and just hold on to those for later. It's a surprise tool that we'll use along later. Psylocke. Okay. Opponent jumping up to 5 energy here off the Psylocke. What are you playing? Are you Galactus? Are you Mr. Negative? Could be any of the above. Meaning... No. If they are Mr. Negative, they played a Vormir, so I'd like to stop it. But do I want to stop it to the tune of sacrificing a Swarm? Maybe I do. Maybe the Swarm is the best card to sacrifice. Oh, do we have the Soul Read? Initiative is very important. We're playing high tempo. It can be a struggle to get points on the board in the very early turns, but if you get to activate, we hit. Let's go. Ah, it feels so good. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Victory.
When you're able to read what your opponent is doing and you have priority, the Cosmo and then Polaris, able to absolutely destroy the Galactus game plan. There's so many decks that we can derail in the mid game if we use our control pieces effectively. All right, gotta pay respect to the people who really put in the ingenuity on the name title combo. Sweet Soda is absolute garbage. Oh, being able to change your name on the monthly is such a blessing. Such a blessing, because then we get treats like that. We'll drop Lizard to Grand Central. Yeah, we don't have anything too powerful that Grand Central could potentially pull for us. It's not the most exciting piece. Bucky Barnes up against Deathwave, boy. Isle of Silence. Well, again, with Initiative and Cosmo, the things you can do. Hold on. Do you know something that I do not know? They snapped? They're playing Bucky. Are you actually Destroyer? Are you something else besides just Deathwave? Are you Galactus? What is happening? Hold on. I want to arrow here if they are actually... Well, why would Galactus be playing Bucky? I guess that's like their plan B. It's been so hard to get a read on what Galactus is doing these days, but it should be Wolverine. I guess Wolverine telegraphs more what it is. Destroyer. Okay. You know, you could have played over to the... Well, they wanted the Soldier. Anyway, we're fine. Because we have the Shang-Chi. Iron Fist. Vulture. Yeah, that seems about as good as we get. We try and stack Oscorp Tower, punch him with the Shang-Chi, play Swarm. For 8 cubes? Ooh, it's scary. I really want to get a handle on this Destroyer Destruction, maybe a Death Destroyer deck. That's kind of on the back burner for me right now. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any takes on that style, that mashup, because normally Destroyer does not play alongside Deathwave. But here the opponent is obviously giving it a go. They're ramping. Why would you play Electro on turn 5? We should have smoked them while we had them. Oof. Okay. I mean, we could have. No reason why we didn't. Orca. Oh, it's the TLSG Destroyer Ramp Orca list. I never thought I'd see the day. They really wanted that Orca on mid, I believe. What do you have next? What do you have next for me? Are you going to play the Spectrum? I mean, normally it's the Spectrum, right? If Spectrum touches down, I think we're okay. Or they could just be gassed at this point. It only adds 7 points, taking them up to 15. It'd be just enough. I don't think they have anything that passes Oscorp Tower. We're obviously sad that we delayed on the Shang-Chi. But come on. They already had Orca and Destroyer. What else is coming out? They can only play... Oh, no, they played the Electro happily because the Isle of Silence is disabling that effect. Yeah. Deathlock? Cosmo? Okay. We take it. Cosmo's disabled, by the way. That's why Calling Wing still triggers. Oh, 8 cubes to the mid-range control in spite of missing on the armor. You know what? Tactically, I think it is a fair advice that if you have a target for Shang-Chi, spend it. Because people who are running the really big bodies like this are going to be running protection as well in the current climate. Calling Wing Max Polaris, Washington, D.C. There's our Iron Fist. We want to hold this to be able to combo with the Vulture. We'll wait a little bit. See what comes up. Gamma Lab. Okay, well, we might need to just play these guys down. But what is the order? Do I play Iron Fist and then kick Colleen over? Or do I play Colleen now, cut the Iron Fist, and then play... Well... If I punch the Colleen over, at least I'm activating Miles for future. That makes sense to me. They're playing away from the Gamma Lab? Oh, it's the Morbius, of course. You want to be able to preserve the Morbius, you can get bigger than the Hulk. Great that he's able to do that. I know that I am picking up the 3 rocks, but Colleen Wing is actually triggering the cut on the swarm here. Fantastic for us. They still get 2 card plays. Okay, there goes the swarm. Colleen slides over. Spider-Man's activated. Their Colleen Wing triggers on the Mystique. Opponent forced to make some tough decisions there on what they wanted to keep, what they wanted to discard. I'm very happy with how that turned out for us. Now, what is my ploy? Where are they going to play MODOK? Or any of their discard pieces? Do I want to develop Cosmo now? I think I don't. I want to play Spider-Man. And then I could alternatively say like, hey, I could move Morbius. I'll move Morbius later. So I play Max now. Yes. If I play Max now, I give them more cards to be able to discard with their MODOK and more reliability of hitting the MODOK. But maybe that's what I want to do still is like the best option. Let's try it. Okay, they just play Black Cat. Fascinating. I get the rock. It's about time. We have the initiative. We have the technology. If I Cosmo here, is this going to be MODOK? Are you going to play MODOK to Lechigilia? Might have been better to play Cosmo to Lechigilia to block the MODOK. Because if they're playing, well, caught him. Caught whatever. Oh, we got it. I was going to say, if they're running Chavez, they would be fine playing the Lechigilia because they're guaranteed to draw the Chavez. Well, we're in a brilliant position now. What do we want? They still have 5 cards in hand. We don't really know. Outside of the MODOK or what exactly they're running. Black Cat in here. I guess Black Cat to be able to get, if you have the Morbius setup connected to the Mystique, Black Cat makes sense. Like, do I want Polaris to actually move Morbius? I suppose that's fine. And if I move him, how am I winning a second line? That's my question right now. We do have the rock to be able to play to Washington, which is fun. I could abandon Gamma Lab. We're up by 7. I feel like I do, and we just go all in over here. Alright. I'm not snapping, but I like where we came out. There's the Dracula. And just a swarm. Move Morbius. How big is this Dracula going to be? We have 3 cards in hand. We don't know what their hand really is to what. Oh! The rock that we picked up off of the punch from the Colleen Wing to be able to grab the Washington, D.C. buff cinches it. Though I suppose, technically, we could have played the swarm over here, and then it would have still distributed into a winning stat line. Ooh, Fisk Tower, you know that is hot for us. Arrow, Polaris, it's all so good. Lizard me here. We'll go Lizard and then probably Cosmo, just to get locked down onto the kiln. We have to be careful around our Vulture, but I mean, I don't see us misplaying that really. Wolverine, eh? Okay. I will play Cosmo. If they wave, we're gonna have to have a creative usage of Arrow for the Galactus block. Contoloon. Contoloon, are you playing Galactus? Bucky. Nova. I feel like now it is much less likely that you are playing the Galactus. I mean, we're going to lock it down, so we might as well do we stack it up, or do we think that the opponent is feeling defeated at this point? I would say if I was them looking across to the Cosmo, I would be feeling a little defeated. So I can deploy Iron Fist elsewhere. Play something like the Vulture over here. Yeah. Okay, they're going for a Monster Metro, but we have the lead at Fist Tower. And we've locked up Kiln. There's the Carnage. They get the buffs down. But now, unless... I can't say... I don't believe that they are Galactus in any way, shape, or form. So, we want to be able to play our Colleen Wing. Colleen Wing to cut up the Swarm. And then... Is it just like Killmonger is a 1-point upgrade to the Iron Fist? Sorry, Iron Fist. Your sacrifice is appreciated for the greater good. And then it's just going to be like double Swarm and then Arrow. I think we got this. Ooh, as long as we can hold... yeah. As long as we can hold the initiative, which I was pretty confident we would be able to do, then the Arrow to be able to yoink everything across was going to be the win at the end. And then the Cosmo just locks down Destruction, which there's a lot of Destruction cropping up right now, guys. Here is the deck in all of its glory, once again brought to us courtesy of Freddybabes, and Freddy has taken this one all the way up to infinite rank. It has the legs to be able to get you there. If you guys give this one a try, I hope it earns you many cubes on your climb up to infinite. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.